How's it going?
Good, Stephanie. What's going on?
You know what? We're sitting here in our training room at Century 21 Discovery, and we are here to talk about love. Love. Not just the love you and I have as father-daughter. For clarification, you're the father.
That's right. Yes, you're the daughter.
Yes, I am. But, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And that is the holiday of love, as cheesy as it is. So going into that cheesy factor, and you cannot say everything to this question, but what do you love about real estate?
If I just pick one thing, it's all encompassing, but it's the people.
Yeah.
It is the people, and it's the people on all levels. It's whether it's the client, the agent, the escrow officer, the title rep, the termite guy, whatever. The appraiser, the lender, even the lender. They're all. It's just a people business, and the relationships that you build along the way. And love is about relationships, right?
Yep. And how long you've been in this business for? How long?
Man, 42, 43 years of living the dream. And
do you still have some pretty significant relationships with people that you started way back in that day?
You think about that and some of the relationships, and you and I were just talking about, one guy, Bill. I said, Bill's in the house today. And, Bill's your godfather, right? Well, he was also my best man and when Mom and I got married 34 years ago. And that's the relationship. And you talk about your friends and who you're doing and who you're hanging with and what's going on and all those folks. And, here we are 35, 40 years later and still getting excited because Bill happens to walk in the place, and he's next door talking with Dan. But those are the important things. And look at you. You started coming into the office when you were just, before you could even walk.
Yep.
And, here you're, running the place with us. So tell me, what about you? What sticks out to you with that part?
I absolutely adore the relationships. I think that is something that you could be having such a hard day.
Yeah. And
an agent walks in and either you can help them solve an issue, you can tell them a really corny joke, which I'm a big fan of dumb jokes, or you can just
Grandpa's fault.
I know it is Grandpa's fault. Or you can just sit there and chat with them about their day and what they did over the weekend, and that relationship that you build with those agents on a day in and day out basis, it really makes our world go round. Sometimes it drives us crazy, but I would say the majority of the time it makes our day. And then on the consumer-facing side of our business, how cool is it to hand keys over to a client and dealing with the customer?
I enjoy watching social media. You'll see our agents post, handing the keys over to somebody and doing just that. And that's always the best part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it just comes together at that point, and they're thrilled. Everybody's achieved a dream at that point.
Yeah.
The sellers achieved their dream of home ownership and moving to their next phase. The buyers achieved their dream. Everybody is it's a dream come true.
It really warms your belly.
Yeah, it does. And what about you?
I was getting ready this morning, and I was really thinking about this topic. And there's two stories that stand out. One, this was when I was still an active agent. We don't obviously list and sell with our and compete with our agents anymore, but we are still very involved in that client process. But there was a firefighter in town who was a young guy who was a veteran, spent a couple tours over in Afghanistan, and to watch him and talking about handing keys over, and to hand keys to him as a first-time home buyer on this dream condo of his was, again, warms your belly, fills your heart up. And then most recently, talking about those client interactions to help somebody also achieve that dream of getting their home and their first home, and getting invited to their housewarming party, and to stand there and you're just there as a friend to support them, and they are just so darn proud, and to see that pride in them. And as everybody walks to the door, they're like, "Oh, there's my realtor. Like, this is who got me the house." And that's just such a feeling that you just can't, can't get over.
You can't get over that, and to be able to see that. But this is an interesting career. Is that it's an amazing career.
Yeah.
And you've been in it for over 10 years now. You've been, talked earlier about your whole life, but the amazing thing is it's got the peaks and valleys, and it's just not, and by the peaks and valleys, it's not, every day you're dealing with something that is either you're creating more business, you're helping buyers and sellers achieve what they want to achieve, and sometimes it doesn't go well during the day.
No.
But with perseverance and as in any relationship, it has its ebbs and flows, right?
Yep. But it's just taking it back to those high points, or the facts that what we love of the business that kind of drives us home and reminds us, okay, tomorrow's a new day. We'll get there, and
to throw you a little curveball, as you evolve in your business and as we both evolve in what we're doing. When you look in the future and you look at what you're gonna love more about the business, and what do you love about the business, and tell me more about that. What do you and you're doing a lot of stuff right now, Steph, for our industry.
One of my favorite things to do is to work with our agents and to help them and watch them grow. So I think there's a lot of opportunities that have come up for us this year that weren't there before, that will only allow us to further go down that path of assisting people, and that I could not be happier for that. So I am by far looking for more ways to love this business, because it is, like you mentioned, a crazy business, but it's beautiful at the same time. I
had lunch today with a good friend of mine, and we were talking about me being able to work with you and all of those things, and I said, the amazing thing is that, the people in this building, they love you, Steph. And so it's, when we talk about, you say you love the agents, it's very mutual. And for a guy like me to see that and watch those relationships grow and foster is totally amazing. And it really makes it so much easier to go to work in the day,
Well, thank you.
So that's fun.
I feel the same way about you. Well, to end this on a loving note, I encourage everybody out there, figure out what you love about whatever you're doing, real estate or not.
Yeah.
And if you are looking to fall more into love with real estate, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you find your passion. So with that,
charge on.
Charge on.